Hey, listen, we're going to dive straight into some big topics because there's a lot of stuff that everybody is talking about. Yesterday, Buckingham Palace, did you see this? They announced that with the Queen's approval, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, will have his military titles and his royal patronages returned. So he will also have to stop using that title, HRH, you know, His Royal Highness. And it all comes amid a civil lawsuit that accuses him of sexual abuse. Let's get some reaction with this out of the gate, Farah.
I think it's so great. I think it's really important that it happened because it's showing a sign that there is consequences when people do things that are not okay. And so maybe it's the royals actually taking accountability around this. But on the other hand, why did it take so long? It took way too long for this to happen. And there needs to be actual looking at what they knew beforehand. Because if they knew about this, they knew his actions, why didn't they address this before?
Yeah. B?
Yeah, I agree with what Farah said about why did this take so long. I mean, these conversations have been circulating for such a long time now. And while I was initially glad to hear about the stripping of the titles and, the big ceremony around that and seeing kind of that 2-sentence, press release that said he will be, facing these charges as a private citizen. Another thing that came to mind was, the royals don't really do a lot out of altruism. Everything has strategy. So when I was thinking about it, it was like, okay, so he is going to be a private citizen right now as he faces this lawsuit. But whatever comes of that, it will not officially smear the royal's name because now he is no longer, part of the official title. So there's strategy behind it as well. And I think we have to keep an eye on that. And I'm really curious to see, on another note, how the media runs with this when we see, especially in the British media, how they treated Meghan Markle. It's like, okay, how are we going to handle this situation now? And what are we going to see and what differences might come out of that news coverage? So it'll be really interesting to see.
It's a great question, B. I mean, it is interesting, Farah, you mentioned this, that, the palace, the Buckingham Palace, it originally denied the allegations as, quote, categorically untrue. So, I mean, I have so many questions, Mel. I want to hear what you have to say. Like, for me, the question is this just a temporary thing? Until, if for some reason he is cleared of these allegations, would then he be restored? And because we know how flawed the justice system is when it comes to these types of things. My other question is, would he be out of the will if he's forever? Like, what will happen to him if he is if he is found to be guilty of these alleged crimes?
I love these questions, Cynthia. Well, for all intents and purposes that we can tell, this effectively brings an end to Prince Andrew officially having any role as an official royal in the family, regardless of the outcome. This is a civil trial. Let's not forget. He's not going to go to jail at the end of this. What's going to happen, though, we are going to get all of the allegations put out for the world to see from his accuser. And so regardless of what happens in the end, her lawyer has already said, we don't just want a financial settlement. We want her vindicated. We want him to say, I'm sorry. So whether he actually does or doesn't, we're going to get all the details as per Virginia, who is making the allegations in this suit. It's over for Prince Andrew. It is so over for him. He's done like dinner. As far as what this means for him, like financially and et cetera in the future, let's not forget something really basic. This is Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee year. She's 95. She's been on the throne for 70 years. We don't know exactly how her health is. We hope she lasts a long time. A lot of people do, but we don't know. But in these last waning days, in the sunset of her life, she's got this mess on her hands, and you can believe she's ticked. So even though Andrew is reportedly her favorite son, she's probably like, get this away from me as far as you can. Because the Queen, she's cold. She looks like a lovely lady. She will cut off her family like this to save the royal family at large.
I just can't.
I
really think it's about the corporation. I really do think it's about the corporation. It's about protecting the image, like B said, and what Mel is saying. Like, this is really about protecting the family name, not really even about being accountable for sexual assault. And the fact that he's never going to be able to get back his royal titles or anything after this, no matter what, and that they've been clear about that, then it's really clear that they're like, you messed up, you're done. You're out of the family.
Well, this story will continue, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it as it unfolds. So.